But I do think there's light at the end of the tunnel now. When we opened up again over the last couple of months, we traded beyond 2019 figures. So when there was no COVID, we'd done better figures in Shankly than what we'd done in 2019. So we traded really, really well for our investors. I don't get any money. All my money goes to the investors, well, goes to the administration. My job now is to prove how well we traded, to prove how good I am at what I do, in order for the fund to come in to take out all of those investors, to get them their money back, and then to get the bank's money back that were originally invested in us, which I think we're well on the way of doing.
Yeah.
The problem is the sector is on its knees. That's not my fault. But all I can do is hold on with me both fingertips, work as hard as I possibly can. You've just walked into the Shankly Hotel. You've never been here before. But let me tell you, every single leaf that's on that ceiling, I've done myself at 3 o'clock in the morning every single day during lockdown, while not getting paid, because it's my business and I shouldn't be getting paid for it. And I put 250,000 clips into that ceiling to get all them flowers on the ceiling. I've done it all myself, done it all on my own. So when we opened up again, we traded better because we tap danced to a different tune, because tourism wasn't here. So we then had to put events on the roof. So we done events with a bed. So then Lee Butler, great guy, comes in, puts an event on the roof. We have 1,000 people on the roof now. We've now got a full hotel. No tourists, because there is no tourists midweek here.
So you just got Scousers and locals and...
The tourists are coming back.
Yeah.
But, you know, that model, let's go when we first opened again on the 4th of July. I think... I don't think we had any tourists here at all. The streets were bare. So we had to put an event on the roof, but we couldn't put 1,000 people on the roof, which is our capacity. We only put 300 on the roof. And that first weekend, when we opened with 300 on the roof, all socially distanced, all 2 metres apart, all on tables at 10, because tables are 10 at the time, we still had 2 Black Mariahs come outside and police on horseback come to close us down. I'm like, what have we done? Well, thank God we had our own health and safety executive on site, knowing what cards were going to get played by the council.
Yeah.
Because the council in charge of licensing, even though the police enforce it, but the council in charge of it, they come to close down. And I was really, really lucky that there's an amazing councillor called Christine Banks, who was chair of licensing, and she came along and went, there's nothing wrong here.
Yeah.
But without her, we'd have been closed down. Now, if I'd have got closed down that day, then I'd have lost everything. Because then I would be deemed as, or the story would have been spun into, I'm not fit to operate. I broke COVID rules, which I didn't. But it could have been spun that way. Mm. And that's what they tried to do. So I was very, very fortunate at that time that I got away with that one. But then I was also very fortunate for me, not so much for Joe Anderson. And I've got no axe to grind with Joe Anderson, by the way. But when Joe Anderson got arrested, that then gave me a new lease of life. I could then calm down, and then I could then just get on with the business that I have to do, keep my head down. I don't get involved in anyone's business. I don't talk about anyone's business. I don't want to get involved in politics. I just want to get on with saving my business and giving back the money to the investors that they originally invested in this business for.
Okay, that's fair enough. And I've seen that Joe Anderson, straight after you've been on Andy's podcast.
No, he went on first.
Did he go on first?
Yeah, he went on first. And
see, that's how much I know. I don't really...
he went on first. Said we had to say, I think he called me out on a couple of things. And then Andy asked me to go on. I'd never been on his podcast before, and I went on and I spoke as honestly and as truthfully as I can be. And as I said, I wish him. I don't think any true Scouser would not want anyone to go to jail. I don't think we're brought up that way. I think
there's a lot of people that like him to go to jail by the chance of it. You see, there's the Shuttle County Road called here in Walton.
I've seen it, yeah.
You've seen it, haven't you? Yeah. And it's as short as it says. It says Anderson, jail Anderson.
I'm still sticking to my view. I don't want anyone to go to jail. I don't. Do I think he's going to go to jail? He won't go to jail for gifting out assets to his friends, because that has gone through council process. And as much as the police may think it's morally corrupt, because assets that are worth millions should never go for a pound, they can't do anything about it because it's gone through council process. I don't think that will be Joe's demise. I think Joe's demise will come from a totally different angle, which will shock a lot of people. And I don't think that's going to come out till about February next year. But it's nothing to do with me.
No, so you've got some by the sounds of it, you got some kind of inside knowledge of what's going on.
Well, no one truly knows which way the police are going to turn. But I think I'm close to it to know.
I don't even follow the news that much, and
you should.
I should, yeah, but it kind of it's quite toxic, and it's depression as well. But what I do know, right, is that there was something. Joe allegedly got arrested for some kind of backhanders by the sounds of things.
No, it wasn't that.
See,
No, it wasn't that. So Joe, look, it doesn't matter why Joe got arrested. Joe got arrested on.
It's yours though, doesn't it? Come on.
No, okay, but so here's my view, okay, and it is only my view. I think Joe got arrested on a bullshit charge.
A bullshit charge?
Yeah. I think they wanted to get into his emails and his phones, and they wanted to dig deep. I think there were an awful lot of other people that had got arrested. Some on bullshit, some not. In total, there were 18. You wouldn't know that, would you?
No.
No.
There was only saying there was 4, I think.
In total, it was 18.
In total, it was 18.
Okay.
So what I'm getting here, right, is they've arrested him on a bullshit charge because they know there's something a little bit deeper down that rabbit hole of his emails, and there's things that he's doing that obviously he shouldn't be doing, and they've kind of took it a bit. By the sounds of it, this is what I'm picking up.
Let me start again.
I feel like Bergerac now.
Let me start again. So, Joe is the mayor. Joe is an extremely important mayor, longest serving leader. I think there might be one in Nottingham, might be a bit longer, but he's certainly 13 years. He controlled Liverpool's corridors of power, so much so that he created his own corridors of power outside of the normality. So those corridors of power would be linked to unsavoury guys that should really never walk down them corridors. Okay. Joe Anderson, in my view, was getting bullied by those people. Some quite serious people, by the way. And I don't think he had a backbone for them. And he curtailed. And by curtailing, he would gift out. But he wouldn't gift it out. He would sort the deal out verbally and then pass it on to councillors and council officers to sign off, which means Joe didn't sign it off. But did he do it through his cabal? Did he do it through his friendships? Of course he did. I know for a fact he did. But did he do anything illegal? No. Is it morally corrupt? Of course it is. Will he go to jail for that? No. There's a trap door that's waiting. And people in the know about it. But no one wants to talk about it. And the Echo certainly won't talk about it. And that trap door is waiting on a court case. And what happens in that court case, and no one knows what's going to happen in that court case, I think heads will roll from that court case. Now, I don't want to talk about that court case, and I don't want to mention what that is.
Well, that's fair enough. That's fair.
But in a world that I don't want to get involved with.